Ugh, you guys, it's exhausting. Aren't you exhausted? Truly, truly. Aren't you exhausted by it? Like, truly. Is it true?
Hello, you guys. Happy hump day. It is Wednesday, and this is Aren't You Exhausted, the podcast. I'm your host, Ashley, and man, what a way to start the new year for me and my family. It seems that once the new year hit, we all came down with the flu, and it's for the most part left us. We're just all trying to get back into our usual routine of things, but man, what a sucky holiday weekend. I mean, I guess the good part is at least we had off of work to try and recoup as much as we could before having to go back to work. Anyhow, on to what's going on at Girl World at the moment. Amberlynn hasn't been active on YouTube since completing her Vlogmas series, but has instead taken to Instagram to do Q&As, which have gotten a little spicy. She's been kind of moody answering questions, which she has total control of, by the way. She can choose which questions to answer if she wanted to squash the drama of it. She'd only need to answer the questions she didn't have to be condescending mess to. But she knows that keeps her content relevant, which she's not around YouTube right now at the moment, so this will continue to bring her videos views while she's away. Or her page, anyhow, her channel views. I know through her lines of Q&A questions, she has gotten a couple that were weight loss surgery related and pertaining to how she planned on handling the removal of her gallbladder should she have weight loss surgery. As the fast weight loss will ultimately lead to her needing to have her gallbladder removed. Now, this was the reasoning that she'd stopped a few of the more recent diet medicinal changes that she's made with keto and Ozempic because of the issues these changes were causing to her gallbladder and kidneys. It didn't stop Amber from overindulging and binging for weeks on end to where she just ate intuitively to the point where it was causing her sickness and her gallbladder pain during the last days of Vlogmas. I know our girl Amber likes to tote that she's completely healthy, aside from her being obese, but the information she gives us does not really back that up, especially when telling us that you've had gallstones and gallbladder issues for 2 weeks worth of binge eating. I want to take a moment and read some of the risk factors for developing gallstones and gallbladder disease because I find it relevant to what I'm about to say after. The female gender, of course, obesity, diets high in cholesterol, refined carbohydrates, for an example, white bread, white rice, and saturated fats, for example, cream cheese, butter, and red meat, a sedentary lifestyle, rapid weight loss, underlying diseases. They give examples of diabetes, metabolic syndrome, cirrhosis, Crohn's disease, cystic fibrosis, sickle cell disease, or spinal cord injury. Medications that contain estrogen, like oral contraceptives or hormone replacement therapy, which I don't think Amber is on anymore, but she could still be having some lingering side effects from that. On top of the other medications, they listed such as sandostatin, rocephin, and thiazide diuretics like microzide. I think Amber checks almost all of these boxes. You would think it's time, before being considered for weight loss surgery, that she'd be attempting to get her diet in order, especially a diet they recommend to those preparing for weight loss surgery to kind of put her in the frame of mind and get her going on the right path. But like our girl Chantal, Amberlynn likes to just wing these things and self-sabotage herself before she ever really gets started. Which is a shame because with her new very lax upload schedule, you'd think that'd free her up for more time to get out and exercise, go for walks, do a complete makeover of her current diet, go as simple as possible, really. I'm not saying she should never eat out another takeout meal because it's highly illogical for most people and will likely lead to this, never working. But if she rewarded herself maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks with one meal, just one meal, a dinner or dessert or even a breakfast, just one meal, that she'd drop weight like crazy, especially since most days she's taking in a surplus of 3,000 or more calories. So if she ate around 1,800 without exercise, or ate 2,000 with 30 minutes of exercise a day, she'd kill this no problem. But that's scary for Amber, because when she's bored or anxious or sad, she turns to food to tune everything out briefly. And yes, it's easier, but it's not sustainable. And at what cost would that sustainability be? Which, after 20 plus years of doing the same dance in different locations with different partners, you'd think she'd be eager to try literally anything else at this point to change. But here we are, days into the new year, almost a week from the last upload, and she's fueling her fire by responding to comments she should just ignore if they hurt to acknowledge that much. And I know they do, because as we see from the snarky responses, those snarky responses are the pain and hiding behind her phone while possibly binging away, wallowing in the sting of how most of her audience perceives her. And she can't control that, really. And then we have Chantal. She thinks she's sneaky, and to the point where it may cost her a lot in the end. From the siding with reaction channels that used to drag her on the regular, bringing people's children and wives into the conversations that have no weight on the conversation at hand. It seems like when Chantal can't come at you for what you say, she has to beat you down through the shallow male gaze. So your weight, your looks, your intelligence, whether or not she finds your partner attractive, which is setting the bar very low, because look how obsessed she was over Nodder and claimed that he was a god. I'm sorry. I can't even keep a straight face. I think it's even funnier when you add in these extra characters that have come forward in Kuwait. Allah spilling information on Salah and Chantal's relationship, kind of invalidating the marriage, because again, we know it was rushed, so it may be more like a civil ceremony as opposed to a marriage. It kind of seems like drama follows Chantal everywhere in the world she goes. We have the International Rage Tour of 2022 and 2023. It's almost like the issue isn't the people she engages with most of the time. It seems it may be her. I also find it funny we have not dropped our customer service voice, but have went right back to the Rage Queen, only in a hijab costume. We all know Chantal is fully funding this stay in Kuwait. It's laughable that she thinks that people are not aware that she is fully funding this stay. And now it seems to be that she's trying to isolate Salah from his friends by saying they are hitting on her. And I mean, I was thinking about this. I was like, wait a damn minute. This Allah character, the married man Chantal briefly had entanglements with prior to leaving for Kuwait, sounds a lot like how Allah is presented. Now, I know she said that he wasn't a super attractive man, and that he was on the heavier side and he was older. This could be Allah. He also conveniently has a wife that I guess they sleep in separate rooms, so he doesn't really care for. And they have children. And I don't know. I find it very convenient. And also the way that Chantal talks about the wife, like very vile, without actually knowing her. Is this why she's so mean towards her? We know Chantal is very territorial unless you're boring to her, then she'll gladly cheat on you. I'm sorry, BB, and I'm sorry, Pete's. because I'm not sure if she cheated on Pizza or not, but we know that she did on BB. But who knows what's going on from there. I'm assuming more rages from Chantal and the possibility of more and more truth kind of working its way out into her quickly deleted live streams. As for Amberlynn, who knows when she will post again. There is a good possibility of not seeing another vlog from Ambi until February, where she can film some new gift giving just in time for Valentine's Day. I think that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you guys again on Saturday. Thanks for listening, and bye!